Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So we are going into Mystery in the Micro Realms. That's the second variant difficulty that has dropped, and this is the final quest. So 3.3. Now, you saw the team that I decided to go in here with. You see I brought in Ghost Rider because I plan to use Blade often. I did not look at the node buffs here, at least during the video. I actually scouted out the path before I chose my team. But this path is Bane and Bleed Vulnerability. So they are taking a lot more damage from Bleed, but you do have to deal with that Bane. So if you are not someone that wants to deal with Bane, then this path may not be the easiest path for you. Alright, but there are some global nodes that I want to mention. I try to mention them in every single video. There are three in particular that you want to be aware of. Micro Reflect, Particle Protector, and Size Matters. So Particle Protector gives every defender an 85% chance to glance your attacks. That includes your specials, that includes intercepts, everything. Micro Reflect will reflect damage back to you when your attacks are glanced. But income size matters. So with size matters, depending on the size of the champion, various attacks cannot be glanced. So heavy attacks can never be glanced, no matter what size. So a small champion, only heavy attacks cannot be glanced. A medium-sized champion, heavies and intercepts cannot be glanced. Large champions, heavies, intercepts, and specials cannot be glanced. And finally, extra large champions, none of their attacks can be glanced. So if you have some ranked up extra large champions like Venom, then you're going to have a great time. But you don't need extra large champions. As you can see, I did not have a lot of extra large champions. In fact, I didn't have any ranked up when I was doing this particular quest. Fortunately, with a change of playstyle, you can get this done. I like this variant so much better than the first one. So Archangel, who is definitely not an extra large champion, has a very powerful heavy. He can get bleeds on them, and remember this path is bleed vulnerability, and he gets those poisons. He just does a lot of damage, and he doesn't need to even use his specials in order to get that damage. So with him, I can just parry and heavy and wreck them. So Archangel is definitely an MVP for this path and for quite a few paths, in fact. If they can be bled and poisoned, consider using Archangel. Now there's some poison paths. Of course, he's not poison immune, so he won't be good for those. Now, for this final quest, there is another node that gives some champions extra abilities. Venom, his debuffs, he gets double. Venom is crazy good for this final one. And even if you don't have a 5-star Venom, which I do not have, bring in your 4-star. You'll be glad you did. Rank him up. Even if you only have him as a rank 3, bring him anyway. Now, what I did was after this initial run, when I was doing exploration, I eventually ranked up my 4-star Venom to rank 5. No regrets whatsoever. Okay? By this time, there are videos on my channel that showcase Venom in this quest. So take a look at my Venom A Closer Look video, And the gameplay in that video came from my exploration of this quest here. And it includes a final boss fight. So you saw there, I just got wrecked by Sentry. And I don't like to complain, but you're going to see this happen several times throughout this fight. There was an update, and a lot of bugs were introduced into the game. And so I was fighting not only the AI, which seemed to be passive and defensive, but I was also fighting these bugs. A lot of dropped inputs occurred, and they caused me to end up using resources. All right, so when you see every once in a while I'm just standing there, it's usually because of an input that dropped and didn't do what I was supposed to, or what it was supposed to do. And usually that happens when I try to evade. So I'll try to evade when they're throwing a heavy, and I'll eat the heavy. I'll try to evade when I'm evading a special. Sometimes that will fail and I will just eat it. So really annoying. And of course, sometimes my timing is just off. All right. I've been playing the game for quite a while now, years in fact. So I'm usually able to tell when my timing was off versus something going on in the game. All right. So anyway, we're fighting Mephisto here. And Mephisto, since we have bleed vulnerability, and of course Blade gets danger sense, we're going to do quite well using Blade. Blade is a great counter for this, and like I said, I scouted out my path earlier. And when I saw the fights that I was going to have to deal with, I was like, okay, we're definitely going to use Blade. The strategy is pretty simple. Parry, let that bleed that he gets on his parry do some work. If you get backed up into the corner, parry, fire off your special. Now, of course, we're having to deal with Bane as well. So that's why you'll see every once in a while, I'll just have to hit him. Okay? So like right here, I just had to fire that off, or else I was going to get Bane transferred to me. But the good thing about Blade is that he can heal. So I can do that and heal. But I can't heal that. So again, as I mentioned earlier, the input dropped and I just ate it. Ate the heavy. Because when the input drops, you don't evade, but you're also not blocking. So it looks like you just either didn't block or you just ate it. So if you see it stop blocking, it's because I tried to evade and it didn't. And if I just eat it, it's because it didn't even move at all. And so it left me blocking. All right, so down went Blade. I was expecting to use Blade several times, but oh well. Now we got Captain America Infinity War. He finished off this Mephisto. Now I don't have a tech on the team, so I wasn't getting any petrifies on my parry. And I just was like, dope, because I was thinking of doing that. When I went in with Mephisto, I was like, oh yeah, I'm just going to parry, get the petrify, so even if he gets his regen, it's not going to help him out. But I forgot I didn't have a tech on the team. All right, so now I'm like, all right, I'm going to try not to use a ton of revives, even though I have a lot of revives to use, because I want to save them for when I go back in here for exploration. So I went ahead to my stash, overflow, claimed a bunch, came back in here so that I could heal him up a little bit, because I had a bunch of those level 2 health potions in my overflow and in my inventory. And you can see how many level 3s I have there. I did not do any farming. That was just what I had from doing various videos where I go in with Winter Soldier and I'll get, the level 3 potions. I still had some from an offer that I had picked up a while ago. So no revives, no no farming for any of that. All right, so this fight is very annoying. If you have ever dealt with Mordo on Bane, you know how annoying it is. And I've had to fight Mordo in Path 1 on that Bane node, but this is different. Because with this Mordo, I'm not able to just fight normally. I have to fight with heavies. Okay? So I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be fun. Alright, now watch that. See, that right there is something that I don't often dare to do. Okay? And you see there, I didn't get the timing right, and a lot of degen damage just that quickly. Hadn't even hit me yet. Okay? So I fired off my heavy there. Now I waited until the degen started, and then I fired off my special 3. Because I knew he was going to come out to attack, and I wouldn't be able to hit him, and I would take even more degen damage because Bane was on me. But there, again, we have a bug. Alright, so I was doing fine. I had fired off my special, and I saw that he was about to attack me, so I started blocking. There was a bug, and it's been an acknowledged bug. When you fire off your special 3, if you block or try to evade or something like that during the special 3 animation, you lose control of your character. So that's why he just stood there and ate it. He would not move. He was completely unresponsive. Sometimes, depending on whether the special backed you off, you'll see him just run forward towards them. All right, so that was just a known bug at that time. I don't know if they fixed it since. I just learned not to touch the screen when I fire off my special 3, but I had forgotten there. All right, so there I mistimed my heavy, so as you can see, I'm just eating all that degen from the Bane, and I can't even heal up like Ghost Rider is known to because of the Bane and because of the micro reflect and all of that good stuff. All right, so he wrecked us, and I am now getting really, really salty. Okay, I lost my Hyperion because of that bug, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? All right, so it's really annoying. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go in here. I healed them up, just use up. I have a bunch of them already in the overflow still. All right, so I would love to have punished his heavy there, but again, micro reflect. I'll take damage. All right, so I had to wait until he does his power gain, and then back him up, and right now I don't have to worry about the Bane, but I hit him. That started the Bane timer. Then I messed up, and well, you guys can see my health. Okay, now there I was salty and I just played badly. Okay, that had nothing to do with any bugs there. I just played really badly. My head was not in the game, and I really should have just taken a break and relaxed. Okay, but I did kind of come back a little bit here, and we're letting that degen tick down. And if you don't know how Bane works, it's based the damage that you take is based on the health of the opponent. So because he has only a little bit of health here, even if I get Bane on me, it's not going to do that much damage. But I only have 2% health as well. Okay, boom, we were able to get him down. It was very close, but we got him. You know, so that's the other reason that you might want to heal up on these Bane nodes, because the more health you have, the more damage Bane will do when it's on them. All right, so as you can see, finally I did look at the node, and as you can see there, Bane and bleed vulnerability. So as you can see, I still have my revives, and I'm like, okay, well, we're just gonna have to use a revive to bring back my boy. And since it was a little 40%er, we got a little health back. And Hela not hard. She can be bled and poisoned, so no big deal there. You saw there, I messed up. I wasn't keeping track of the Bane timer, and so I got that Bane on me. So now I got 1% health left, and boom, my suicides took me out. So revive, not really wasted because we did take a lot of health off of her, but that should have gone much better than it did. I should have been able to finish Hela off with Archangel, even with that 40% revive. So once again, I revive him back on up because honestly, he seemed to be my best bet at the time. When I came back in here, as I mentioned earlier, I brought in Venom, and Venom did so much better. Saved me a lot of resources. We didn't have any of these, this reviving before the boss and stuff like that when I had Venom on the team. He was truly a beast for this final quest. But as you can see, I went ahead and claimed a bunch more. And you see I was maxed out again. So yeah, I had a ton of these level 2 health potions in my stash. Overflow. All right, so here we go again. This time I went ahead and just healed them all the way up. You know, what am I going to do with those level 2s if I don't use them, right? And I don't remember, but I think item use was on around this time, but I'm not sure. But anyway, so here we go. Parry, just let that whittle her down. And 1%, neurotoxin. Her ability still triggered. Boom. But it didn't save her. Alright, so now we finally come to the final boss. And it's a Yellowjacket. Surprise! Yeah, no surprise. And this Yellowjacket was very annoying for my initial run. Okay, you see the encroaching stun, and he has that enhanced special 1 and limber. All of those things very, very annoying. All right, so I struggled through here. Of course, because of the last boss that we fought, I knew I was going to bring in Archangel to just go ahead and get him down. Because once Archangel gets his neurotoxins up, I don't have to worry about the encroaching stun. But I have to keep the neuros up. And so right there, I only had 2. I wasn't sure if it would shut the node down, so I still fired off my special just in case. Alright, but I'm not going to be able to keep it up because of limber. And then I was a little too close and wasn't able to fully evade that special 1. And as you can see, I just was trying my best to get that, you know, to get some neuros on him, but the RNG just wasn't with me. I couldn't take a lot of blocked hits to get the poison on him like that, so it was just a bad time. All right, and so I'm just like, wow, you know, that didn't go as well as I had hoped. I did take him down, you know, a good chunk, but I was expecting to get a lot more health off of him. So I'm like, all right, let's do the parry, you know, parry bleed style with blade and see if I do a little bit better there. At least I can heal up. And then that happens. Do you remember what I told you guys about the inputs and the heavies? And it's usually with the heavies because I'm trying to evade. And it shuts down my dexterity or whatever the bug is. And it's like I don't have dexterity and I just stand there. I know this because I had another account, and before I picked up dexterity, that's how it behaved. If I tried to dex, it just stood there. So whatever the bug is, it happens when they fire off their heavy, most often, but it happens at other times. But for me, most often, that's when it happens. That one was me, because I was salty about what just happened to my blade. And again, I really should have taken a little break. But at this point, I was just like, you know what? Whatever. We're just going to get it done. So as you can see, I'm just going through some other champions. I don't care. Instead of just reviving Archangel, I'm like, you know what? Whatever is going on, I don't really want to deal with it. Let's just try Hyperion, and I can at least try maybe some special ones. But of course, I'm running suicides, so I can't just spam the special one. But I'm thinking maybe I can fire off a special 3. But here's the problem with firing off a special 3 for encroaching stun. It don't work right. So you see that I fired off my special 3 here. I tried to time it when encroaching stun was about to expire. But yeah, as you see, it doesn't work. Okay? Because you'd have to wait until it actually triggered, and by then it's too late. And if you fire it off before it triggers, well, you saw what happened. Now, because he has a passive power gain, I reached my special 3 far sooner. And because I'm running suicides, I didn't want to just fire off a special 2 or a special 1 too frequently. But I should have fired off my special 1 rather than wait and get to a special 3. So that was my bad. Okay? Did not think that one through when I brought in Hyperion. So, once again, you can see I still had a little bit left on the boost because I was seriously considering using that boost there that was about to expire that you saw, the Cosmic 12%er. But anyway, I decided not to. I still had some time left on that boost, so I just jumped right back in after grabbing a bit more. All right, and you can see there, I went ahead and healed him up. Maybe I just didn't learn, but I wanted to give him another try because I shouldn't have allowed the special 3. I shouldn't have allowed myself to get pushed to that special 3. So I'm like, let me see if I can do a bit better. Now he has full health or close to it, so I might be able to fire off some specials and take that recoil damage for a little bit. Okay, so here you see I fired off that special 2, and now I'm waiting for the encroaching stun here, and fired off the special 1, and I got very lucky because I think I should have gotten stunned there. I think I mistimed it just a smidgen. Smidgen? Well, I haven't used that term in a while. Anyway, just a smidgen, I was off. Okay, you see there? Again, I'm not sure what was going on. Maybe the timing, you don't have to be exact, but then I just ate the special 1. Oh well. So this guy was giving me so much trouble. All right, now all this trouble that I'm having on my initial run, going through these guys, look at my Venom, a closer look. My rank 5 4-star Venom one-shot this guy. My 550 one-shot. All these guys, here's my rank 4 5-star Archangel. Got a rank 4 5-star Hyperion. All of them, a whole bunch of trouble. But my 4-star Venom at rank 5 tore this guy up. Okay, so you can see here, I am just off my game now. I'm salty. I'm ready for this thing to be over. And you can't hear it, but I'm just humming to myself. I'm sitting there going, okay, that's fine. Okay, I see how it's going. And I just decided to just brute force it. Just keep going, whatever. And my thought was, I still haven't had to use any units. I'm using up my stash more than I wanted to. But what I intended to do was just get this initial clear done. And then by the time I went through to fully explore it, I would have built up a little bit more of a stash. And who knows, I might have been able to get one of those deals that came by and get a bunch of revives. Well, no deal happened, so I didn't get a chance to do that. but it was a nice thought anyway. All right, so here you go. You see, this time the RNG was with me, and I didn't mess up by trying to evade that special one badly. There I was able to evade it, and I've got the good neurotoxins up. So as you can see here, encroaching stun expired, but I still fired off my special one just in case, and then I took a hit. Didn't have enough health. They do crazy amounts of damage, block damage, but 25k, or is that 26k or so that he has left. And I'm just sitting here shaking my head. I'm like, that last one should have been the final run, but whatever. And at this time, I didn't know how good Venom was for this boss. I had never tried him. Okay, so I went in here with Captain America because, of course, he has such high block proficiency. And since I took all that block damage, I said, you know what, let me just get in here. He didn't have that much health left. And as you can see, we were able to get him down. So finally, we finished our initial clear of Mystery in the Micro Realms variant difficulty. All right, so that's going to do it, guys. Click like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. Hopefully it helps you guys out when you do your run. Make sure you bring Venom if you have him, even as a 4-star. And you guys have a